Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast, and thank you. During the live stream last night, somebody asked me about AMP. It was funny, too, because they asked me specifically, how do you scalp AMP? So I talked about it a little bit, but I hadn't been looking over at AMP, I don't know, for the last week or so, and it made me dig into it a little bit, try to see, what's going on, what's changing up there. Aside from the price, they did get a nice little bump, so well done for the Empire folks. But aside from that, maybe some money transmitter licenses, some other stuff, but I didn't see anything really fundamentally changing. But I did see that Crypto.com launched for Spotify, so just thought that I would mention it and maybe get into it a little bit. So this is the article. Obviously, it's on Crypto.com. Becomes available for all Shopify merchants. Shopify merchants using Crypto.com Pay will enjoy 0% settlement fees for 1 month. So that's their come on. They're, hey, put us up. We're gonna eat the cost. Yeah. But when I started getting into the article a little bit, that's kind of where I see where they're going with this one. Obviously, I mean, everything that they're doing up here is really, really. It should be readily apparent for anybody who's familiar with AMP and Flexa, because they basically cloned it. I mean, it's doing the same thing. Zero transaction fees, 0.5% settlement fees, and 80% saving on fees compared to typical payment processors. No setup costs. Integration only takes minutes for merchants to complete, and the ability for customers to pay with over 20 tokens, including Crow, Ethereum, Bitcoin, DOT, and Doge. So they're doing what Flex is doing. They're basically doing the same thing. I don't want to say they scooped them. They just happen to get it integrated a little bit quicker. But is this going to be like the downfall of the Flexa? Because they've been talking up Shopify for a good year now. I mean, at least as long as I've been covering it. And no, I don't think so. Not in my opinion. Crow's going to run into the same problem that Flexa was ultimately going to run into, and that's that people are not, in my opinion, people are not rushing out to spend their crypto right now. It's early. It's ridiculously early. And I don't think people are going out of their way for it, particularly particularly in a very, very down market right now. I don't see people rushing out to spend their non-stable tokens. So stable coins, I want to say, is a maybe. And I was listening to the AMA with Eli, and even Eli called it out. He said, what should people be spending? Where do you see the force of this right now? And he flat out said stable coins. He said stable coins are the way. Now, it's unfortunate that UST UST is no longer a stable token, because it was probably the most widely known one, UST, USDC. There, of course, are others, Tether, DAI, Frax. I mean, there's tons of them. But UST was probably the biggest and the baddest, and it's gone now. So, as far as spending stable coins now, I think you maybe got one popular choice you could do, and that's maybe USDC. But aside from that, they're going to run into the same problems, and the same problems, of course, being that they're early. Now, I still see fiat, but it doesn't seem like anybody's pushing that direction. I would love to see an alternate path to your Visa, Discover, whatever, using fiat, but I don't see anybody really doing that. So, of course, stable coins are going to be the nearest equivalent to it. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see how this one plays out. Now, it's not to say that Flexa won't also launch on Shopify. I'm sure they will. I've never actually even used Shopify. I get it. It's the thing. But I go to Amazon, man. I don't buy that much stuff. So when I do, I want it quick. I want it simple. I want something that I can understand. So I go to Amazon. But I don't see this as any kind of real punch. I don't believe that they were built on built using the Flexa SDK. They might have. The fact that that they line up so perfectly with that right here, and that's the zero transaction fees, 0.5% settlement fees. All of that is pretty much straight from the Flexa playbook. So it seems like they would be, but no, I don't believe that they're built on there. Crow's its own network. They're their own thing. So there's no reason that they would have to do it. And I don't think that they have in this case. But no, it's by no means going to be a nut punch for Flexa because they got there first. From a merchant standpoint, they're going to offer you up all of the different methods that are available to them. Their whole goal is to sell product, and to do that, if they have to open up a lot of different pay features for the customers that are buying that product, they'll certainly do it. And there's a pretty hardcore Crow user base. There's a very hardcore Flexa user base. So I don't see anything. I don't see competition is good. How about that? And the fact that they pretty well line up on all of their features, it just seems it'll be a standard. So it's one of those, do you prefer Visa or do you prefer MasterCard? It seems like that particular war is starting out. But yeah, all in all, you know what? It's visibility. That's what it is. The pay space is very, very hot. I think as time goes on, I pretty much the only thing that you're really going to see up there that people are going to actively spend are stable coins. I still see no reason to spend any of my utility coins. I'm not going to spend Ethereum. I'm just not. But why not spend a stable coin? So there we go. That's it, guys. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. I'm still thinking of the AMP community. I'm still there. But yeah, that's just all I got on this one. Would love to hear your feedback. Tell me where I'm wrong. How about that? I would love to hear a lot of any other viewpoints on this. If you got them, send them my way, and I'd certainly appreciate it. That's all we got for today, guys. So until next time, please stay safe. Please be smart with your money. Cheers.